So, thinking about getting your business onto the App Store,
Yeah, seems like a hot topic these days.
especially in Australia, right? Everyone's glued to their phones.
Totally. But is a custom app really worth the investment for a small business?
That's what we're diving into today.
All right, let's do it.
We're looking at this blog post from Now Technology Systems,
They're an Australian web development company.
and they make a pretty strong case for why custom apps could be, well,
A game changer.
exactly,
Yeah.
especially for smaller businesses,
Yeah, we always hear about, the big guys ruling the app world.
right?
But this article makes a good point. Small businesses can use apps to level the playing field.
Makes sense when you think about it. I mean, Australians are basically surgically attached to their phones.
Sure.
So why not be right there in their pocket, ready to go?
Exactly. It's about meeting your customers where they already are.
Okay, but let's cut through the jargon for a sec.
Okay.
What does custom actually mean when we're talking about apps?
Good question, because it's so much more than just a stripped-down website for your phone.
Right.
It's about really crafting an experience tailored to your specific customers, their needs, their habits, everything.
Okay, I like that. So give me an example. How could a small business use that kind of custom approach?
Imagine a local hair salon.
Okay. Yeah.
Their custom app could handle everything. Online booking, obviously,
Sure.
but also showcasing different hairstyles, maybe even product recommendations based on what you've purchased before.
Oh, interesting. So it's all personalized.
Exactly. Like having a stylist right in your pocket.
Like a mini concierge. I can see how that would really click with people.
And it's not just about the customer experience either. The article also talks about how custom apps can streamline your business processes.
Yeah, they touched on that.
Imagine, like, automating your bookings and payments,
Right.
even some customer support stuff. Frees you up to focus on the bigger picture.
Makes sense. Less time on admin, more time actually running your business.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Plus, you've got that little app icon sitting on their phone screen.
Ah, good point.
A constant reminder of your brand, building that relationship every time they use it, like building a mini community around what you do.
And let's not forget the data.
Oh, yeah.
Apps can be gold mines of customer info, right?
Absolutely. We're talking about a treasure chest of data. Preferences, buying habits, how they're using the app itself. It's all right there.
So valuable. And that data helps you tailor your offerings even more, right?
Exactly. Laser-focused marketing, better business decisions, the whole shebang.
Smart. But it's not all just theory, right? This article goes into some really interesting Australian success stories.
Yeah, the examples they give really bring it to life. They talk about a cafe chain in Melbourne.
Okay, yeah.
They saw a 40% increase in customer retention after launching their app. 40%.
That's huge.
Right. So we're not talking about a tiny bump. But what I found interesting was how they dug into how the app did that.
And that's the key, right? It wasn't just about having an app. It was about having an app that offered something unique.
Okay, I'm listening.
So in this case, they built a loyalty program right into the app. Reward customers for coming back.
Smart. Everyone loves free coffee.
Exactly. Free coffees, personalized discounts. They even let you pre-order your usual to skip the line. So smart, especially for those morning coffee runs. And speaking of smart, they also talked about a fitness studio, I think it was in Sydney,
Yeah.
that saw a 50% jump in new memberships just from their app.
That's amazing.
Crazy, right?
So what did they do?
Well, their fitness app wasn't just about booking classes. They had virtual workout options and a progress tracker, things like that.
I see.
So it helped people stay motivated,
Right. So even when they weren't physically at the studio.
Yeah, exactly. It was like this whole fitness ecosystem, not just a timetable.
Smart. It's a perfect example of how a custom app can be about so much more than just one thing.
Totally. A more holistic, engaging experience. That's what we're talking about.
For sure. But before we get too carried away with these success stories.
There's a but coming.
There is. We got to talk about the legal side of things.
Right, because launching an app in Australia, there are rules.
Big time. And this article doesn't shy away from that, especially when it comes to data privacy.
You're talking about the Privacy Act of 1988.
The one and only.
Essentially, it comes down to being upfront with your users about the data you're collecting, how you're using it, the whole 9 yards.
Transparency is key for sure.
Totally agree. It's not just about, checking boxes. It's about building trust.
Exactly.
Users need to know you're handling their data responsibly.
Yeah, I mean, no one wants to feel like their information is being
Mishandled.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And a big part of that is having a crystal clear privacy policy.
Right.
No jargon, no legal mumbo jumbo.
Just plain English. What are you collecting? Why? And how can they contact you if they have questions? Exactly. And speaking of making things clear, the article brings up accessibility.
Ah, yes. The Disability Discrimination Act.
Right. Essentially making sure your app can be used by everyone.
Exactly. No one should be excluded just because of how their phone is set up.
It just makes good business sense too, right? Why limit yourself?
Totally.
The article mentioned things like text-to-speech, adjustable text sizes.
Voice control even.
So many options these days.
All about making it a good experience for every user, no matter their needs.
Absolutely. And let's not forget about security.
Oh, especially if your app deals with money, right?
Exactly. What was that one called again? It's a mouthful. PC something.
PCI DSS compliance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a bit of a tongue twister.
But so important. Can you refresh my memory on what that covers?
Sure, it's all about protecting credit card data.
Right, making sure that's all locked down tight.
Think of it like a digital fortress around your app.
I like that. So all that sensitive data is safe and sound.
Exactly. Protecting your customers, but also protecting your business.
Right, from data breaches and all the fallout that comes with that.
Reputations can be tough to rebuild.
No one wants to be that headline. Okay, so let's say I'm convinced. Got my app idea, I know the legal stuff.
You're ready to go.
Well, almost. How do I actually make this app happen? I need someone to build it.
Finding the right development partner, that's crucial.
Okay, so not just any developer will do.
It's not just about finding someone who can code. You need a team that understands the whole picture. The Australian market, the regulations. Ideally, they've worked with businesses like yours before.
Right, so experience matters. What would you say is the magic combination?
You're looking for that sweet spot of technical expertise and business sense. Someone who can build the app, but also guide you through the whole journey.
From brainstorming all the way to launching, even beyond.
Exactly. And this is where, kind of cleverly, the article brings up their own company.
Technology Systems, right?
Yeah, as a potential partner. They really highlight their experience with small businesses, especially here in Australia.
Which makes sense, right? They're in the trenches, they know the landscape.
Exactly. So they're going to be up to date on the newest trends, all the latest tech, everything.
Makes sense. But beyond finding the right developers, what advice would you give someone just starting out on this whole custom app journey?
Ooh, that's a good one. Actually, the article ends on a really interesting note.
Oh.
Tell me more. They challenge you to think about this. What's one key interaction you could offer through your app that would make your customers' lives easier? Or even just more enjoyable?
Okay, I like that. It's not about throwing every feature under the sun into your app. It's about finding that one thing that'll really make it sing.
Find that one thing that people will keep coming back to again and again.
Because it's useful, but also because it feels good to use.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about. Creating a great experience, not just another piece of software.
Easier said than done, though, right? So how do you actually figure out what that one magic interaction is? Easier said than done, though, right? So how do you actually figure out what that one magic interaction is?
For me, it always starts with really understanding your customer.
Okay.
What are their pain points? What are those little everyday frustrations they have?
Right.
And then how can your app provide a solution?
So it's about solving a problem.
Exactly. Like, let's say you're a local bookstore.
Okay, I like it.
Maybe your customers always forget the titles and authors they're after.
Happens to the best of us.
Right. So your app could have a wish list feature.
I see where you're going with this.
Customers can save the books they want, get a little notification when a new release from their favorite author comes out,
Oh, that's clever.
or even just browse curated recommendations based on their past purchases.
Right, so it's personalized. I like it. The article used the phrase delightful to use, which I thought was spot on.
Oh yeah, it's a good one. Because it's not just about the app working, right? It's got to feel good to use.
Exactly. It's those little touches that make people feel valued, I think.
100%. And that can be something super simple, like imagine that same bookstore app
Yeah?
remembers a customer's birthday.
Cute.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And offers them a little discount on their next purchase.
So easy, but so effective.
It's those small things that build a connection.
Make them feel like more than just a transaction.
Yes. You said it earlier, building a community around your business.
And an app can really help with that.
Big time. Especially in Australia, where everyone's so connected digitally.
Okay, so to wrap things up for our listeners who are hopefully buzzing with app ideas right now, what's the one big takeaway you want them to remember?
I think it's this. A custom app isn't just a nice-to-have anymore.
Right.
It's essential. If you want to really thrive in the digital world, you need to be where your customers are.
On their phones.
Exactly. But it's
Yeah.
not just about having an app.
Right. It's about having the right app.
Exactly. Tailored to your audience, their needs.
Yeah.
Offering that one key thing that'll keep them coming back.
Nicely put. So for anyone listening who's been thinking about taking the plunge,
Yeah,
I hope this has given you some food for thought.
definitely. And remember, the best apps.
Yeah.
They solve a problem, they make life easier, and they're just plain enjoyable to use.
Here, here.
Yeah.
So keep those ideas coming, folks.
Maybe your app will be our next success story.
We'd love that. All right. Until next time.
See ya.
Keep exploring, keep innovating, and we'll catch you on the flip side for another deep dive.